Hey you guys, so I just completed a makeup look just for the base. So I'm going to show you how I do the rest of my makeup. If you want to know about the base, how I do this look, definitely go back and check the other video. I'm going to use mascara's bronzer. This is called Cayman. This is the B squared brush. I'm using the bronzer side, and I'm just going over where you would normally apply your contour. And it's because I like to almost give that sun-kissed glow. I'm gonna go into the highlight that I love to use. This is called Glamazing, and I'm going to use, where is it? Best Blend Forever. I dipped into the Glamazing. This is a powdered illuminator, and I always just start with just very little, and I put it on the highest parts of my cheekbones here, and I blend it in. And then I like to bring it right here above my brow. Don't ask me why. It's just my preference. And a little bit on my chin, not much. I love putting it on Cupid's bow before I put on my lipstick. And then I do a little bit on the nose. Just that alone is so brightening and just gives so much dimension to your face. Let's do eyeshadows. I have all of the eyeshadow colors, I believe, in a much larger compact, but this is what I typically take with me, travel. These are the neutral colors. I like pinks and purples, but I feel like, again, this is kind of a universal compact that will work for most people. So they have a brush called Eyeshadow Everything, and I'm going to show that to you. I really like this brush. I have powder on my lid, and the reason that I do that is I feel like powders blend better on powders. So what I like to do with my shadows is I like to start with a lighter color all the way up. This one right here is called Stay Golden. It looks like this. It's kind of a almost yellow brown is the best way I can describe it. And just go with a soft hand, and I put that on as kind of what's called a transition color. I think that it's super pretty. If you have darker skin tone, you may want to go down a shade for your transition color. I've also used the Cayman bronzer for a transition color. Then I go in with another deeper color. It's called Bubba. It looks like this. And I'm going to use the same brush. Just going to dip in, tap off the excess, just so that you don't have any major fallout. I'm going to apply it just like I did the Stay Golden, but I'm going to keep it just a hair lower. Then I'm going to go in with one of my favorite colors on this line. It's called Leo. It is like a rust orange. Let me see if I can pop it out here. So it looks like this. And it's a little bit deeper in person, obviously, than what it looks here. I'm just gonna tap in. I'm gonna go on the outside of my eye here. I'm just keeping it on the outer portion of my eye and blending up. So that right there is giving you such a pretty variation of colors. You can darken it up. This color is called Zion. It's another kind of rust orange. I'm gonna put it barely on the outside here. And then the last step that I'm going to do is Oak right here. This is a brown. And I'm barely tapping in there. And I'm going to swirl it right here. And then I'm just gonna go back and get a little bit of a blend. And that's it for my eyes. Then I'm gonna go in with my mascara. I did curl my lashes before I started, and I'm a little bit extra, so I'm going to do two mascaras. I really like the blend of these two, and these are my two favorites right now. This is the NYX Worth the Hype is what it's called. And actually a follower of mine turned me onto this. I feel like this is more lengthening than the other product that I'm going to use, but there's a reason that I use a secondary. So even though I curl my lashes, they tend to go straight out versus up, and I'm not sure what kind of trickery they have in the mascara that I use second, but it's almost like it curls the lashes up. That's the best way I can describe it. So it's, both of these are really inexpensive. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect. And I like to start at the base of the lash and almost kind of wiggle it back and forth, just to make sure you're brushing through all of the lashes and you're getting it from the base all the way up. I'm gonna go in with my lipstick. Now, I did order this lip pencil because, as you can see, it's very, very tiny, and it's called Strip Down by MAC. It's just one of my favorite brown neutrals. This is another product by MAC Cosmetics. This is the color Myth. And then I like a gloss look. Not everybody does like that. This is actually an older color by MAC. It's called Fashion Whim. But I do really like the MAC lip glass, which I believe that's what this one is. This is Cream Sheen Glass is what it's called. And that is the finished look. If you have any questions, if you want to get color matched, definitely send me a message. I am going to use a setting spray. If you saw my previous videos about how I applied my base with mascara products, I mentioned the Stay Spray. If you like more of a glossy look, I definitely recommend this. If you're super oily, I do not, and that is just my personal preference. They have one with SPF and one without. The packaging on this is actually a little bit different now, so when you go online, it will look a little bit different. One of the things that I love that's a setting spray, this is the MAC Studio Fix Prep and Prime. I actually get the matte version because I like more of a matte look typically. I've used the Stay Spray. I definitely use it in the winter months when my face is more dry. If I want a super matte look, I just use this, and all of the sprays for whatever reason are super aggressive. Something that you can do if you like a really bold illuminator, you can wet your brush. So you put the illuminator, what we normally called highlight, but she calls illuminator. You can get the product on your brush and wet it, and then apply to your face, and I will show you that trick really quick. I like to put, this is the Glamazing color by mascara, and this is the best blend forever. I really, really like this brush for illuminator and for this right here. I'm going to show you how to get that extra just boom if you want like ridiculously bright highlight. So I'm going to take the fluffy side, I'm going to dip into here. I'm going to spray it with Studio Fix, and oh, see, that's just like, I love this color. Glamazing and Georgia are my favorite. A lot of artists really like the color Photoshop, which is more of a pinky. This is what I tend to go for. If you have any questions, want to be color matched, send me a message. If you have any questions about the products I used, send me a message. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you guys have an amazing day.